Hello again, and for today, I'm going to be delving into the topic that is completely inescapable. Everywhere you go in the news, they're talking about it. All the celebrities are fucking going mind-numbingly bug fuck, and the verifieds are forcing all corporations to make some kind of political statement, and your normie friends are just fucking shutting up and obeying progressive orthodoxy. And what this topic specifically is the current racial civil war that is, again, completely one-sided. It's only really the left fighting it, and anyone who wants to play by the left standards, which, of course, are the neocons, the conservatives, the descendants of the Bolsheviks who strayed away from Stalin, these fucking losers who just want conservatives to be the graceful losers. And after a while, I thought that I didn't really need to pile on, and I wanted to wait until this was all over, but the fact that it is nearly a month, and nothing has changed since this shit started at the end of May really says enough. So, I'm just going to get into what I see is completely fucking absurd about all of this. And I'm going to start on more of a not very red-pilled thing and just state that regardless of what you feel about 1350 statistics or any of that shit, or the people who are actually responsible for what's going on right now, the left is just using this as a smokescreen to gain power. Civil unrest is usually when these people try to act. This is how they've been reacting to the Black Lives Matter movement, even when they were in power with Barack Obama. It's fucking just tiresome at this point, and I can't stand it because we've watched for nearly a decade as the Trayvon Martins of the world and the Michael Browns and the Tamir Rices and all of these cases just crumbling under the weight of themselves. And yet, people do not fucking care. And it's absurd. It's just, I can't take it anymore, man. I'm losing my fucking mind just watching people just shutting up and obeying. It's not the way to be. That is not an American value. That's a globalist value. To shut up and obey and respect and listen to your masters is a globalist value. And, I know most of you guys don't need to hear it, but for anyone who stumbles into this channel, you need to hear it, okay? You need to fucking hear it. You need to tell everyone that this is not the way that our forefathers fucking acted, and it's disgusting. So, now let's go into who's at fault here for this, and, of course, if you just see who the fuck is usually involved in all these cases that just, again, crumble under the weight of themselves, it's black people. It's the decades and decades of black people not being able to pull themselves out of this fucking permanent welfare state that they constantly use as, again, the smokescreen to hide the fact that, yeah, we just don't give a shit about our reality, would rather live in squalor. Fuck trying to be better. Like, this is good enough. And it's like, no, it isn't, okay? Fucking... and all these deaths, they don't even matter anymore. This is just now a part of reality. And every time they try to corporately enforce the fact that Black Lives Matter, well, apparently Black lives don't matter to black fucking people. Let me tell you, because... Do you want to get into 1350 statistics? Do you want to get into those fucking joyful FBI crime statistics that everyone who is further to the right of me loves to just constantly just fucking cite like it is the gospel? Well, sorry, it might be, because these are the fucking statistics of the country's murders. Despite 13% of the fucking population being black, they commit 50% of the crimes. It's like 13%, that same 13%, 42% of them are all police murders, as fucking big brainlet Charlie Kirk even said. And again, this goes to show that none of this shit matters anymore. The mask is off clearly on the left, and if you're standing with these people as a conservative, you are a coward, you are a loser, and you deserve to fucking have everything burn. Okay? You don't deserve any form of success because you are ushering in the end of this country. Now, speaking of the end of this country, we just see non-stop absolute lawlessness. You have the Chaz, now called the CHOP, being a fucking actual autonomous zone that has functioned beyond a week. You got Portland probably prepared to do the same thing as they topple statues of George Washington. You know, these fucking cities and their goddamn progressivism have come home to roost. And what do we see with this classless, stateless society? It's just absolute lawlessness. There is no order. It looks like fucking the part in RoboCop where the police go on strike and, you know, crime just fucking explodes, except there's no RoboCop to save the day. So, I mean, can we be honest about the fact that no one's coming to save us unless we actually get off our asses and do something? And, you know, there will be lots of consequences in those cities specifically if you do something. So what the fuck is there to do? I mean, it is just such a giant black pill. Speaking of all that, I do see dummies on the right who want to go fight, specifically certain Proud Boys who have already gone and fought in fucking Portland and Seattle. And it's like, why, dude? Like, do you want this to just turn into a psyop and another win for the left? Because this is how they get more wins. If you fucking act right now, it's just not going to look good. Okay, the peaceful protesters, fine. You know, go out there, be a boomer, fucking rally in these leftist shitholes, in these progressive fucking utopias. But you're just stupid if you're going to go out there and try to fight right now, because, again, it will turn on you the way it turned on those Proud Boys in fucking New York City, who are clearly being agitated by Antifa. I don't care what that fucking report says. Antifa is huge in New York, and if they're Proud Boys, they will get attacked regardless. So if it wasn't then, it would be a time in the future. Unless, you know, the FBI actually gets off their ass and just finds these fucking cowards. We literally have 6 city blocks in a fucking major city. And yet they do nothing. And you know, this is going to lead in towards my final point, in that, you know, Donald Trump, fucking do something. You know, stop just tweeting constantly about, oh, things are getting done. It's not helping, dude. Like, I don't want to hear it until it's actually something that we can all see as American citizens, that you actually did shit. And then I will be like, you know what? Awesome. But until then, shut the fuck up, dude. You sound like a boomer, and it's because you are a boomer. I don't want to hear it. You know, this Jared Kushner op that he's trying to expunge onto the president of, you know, if you don't do all this stuff, then, oh, the black vote will go up by 3%. It's the same shit. And, yeah, it is the same shit as fucking, you know, letting in millions and millions of immigrants to boost the GDP by 3 points. I don't give a flying fuck, okay? Something must be done. I don't care if these cities do not want to cooperate. The National Guard must be called. It is national, after all. If you have no control of that, well, then maybe you should figure out a way to fucking, you know, gain control of the country you reside over. The states' rights shit is really running on a razor-thin wire right now, boy. Let me tell you, because all these states' rights conservatives who are watching this country fucking fall apart really aren't talking right now, are they? They are watching the president just say, yeah, it's a states issue, to fucking lawless anarchy and a total lack of order and just a complete breakdown of society. And yeah, and look, before I end this commentary, I do understand that optically it is good for these leftists to destroy shit. But, you know, once it hits close to you, and especially a city that you live near, you get scared, man. You get scared of these fucking freaks coming towards your home. And when you have nothing to defend yourself with other than a gun, you really have to wonder how the fuck we got here. You really have to understand, like, what was the series of events that led us to this fucking moment where I am sitting on the roof of my house defending my property from a bunch of lawless, violent communists? And I really don't know what to say other than this is my plea, is to just, if you're a fucking leader in a position of power right now, do something! Just do anything to stop this. It's over. They are the ones, the commies, the blacks are the ones who violated the social contract. Every motherfucking time this shit happens, like in Ferguson, like in fucking Baltimore, it's always the criminal who violates their end of the social contract. To uphold the law and to be, not unlawful. Oh, yeah, so I really don't know what to say beyond, if you're a leader in a position of power, do something. I try to make a lot of these commentaries very uplifting and white-pilling, but we are in a dark moment of our history that, as time goes on and inaction continues to hold sway from these these progressive fucking governors and mayors, it's got to be at a certain point where the rule of law must be upheld. The rule of law stands. We are not a lawless third world shithole. We are a first world country, and we will not surrender ourselves to criminals. And when that moment comes, I will salute that motherfucking flag, but as of right now, I am really disappointed in being an American. Oh, Jesus Christ. So, in conclusion, this is all I really have to say on the matter. Hopefully things will change. I don't know if I'll actually do an update on this issue beyond that, because it just makes me feel defeatist. Unless things really just fucking go the opposite direction, I don't feel like I will cover this further. But beyond that, I remain positive that something will be done. There will be a point, even in all this chaos, where it will be just one stroke too far, like when Donald Trump got his tweets censored and then he actually started taking social media shit way the fuck more seriously. And so I say this to all of you communist fucking losers, you degenerated black people who have been quote-unquote systematically oppressed by systemic structures of institutional systems, and none of it is your fault as the criminal involved in the crime. You better motherfucking tread lightly, because if things do not go your way, you will be oppressed forever.